Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Beej, and I'm playing Minecraft again. You might notice we are up in the sky today. Yeah, we're here at my fully finished and functional mob spawner. This, as I mentioned last time, is Monkey Farm's design. I sort of did my own redstone to sort of fit my needs. So yeah, why don't we get started then? I'll show you what I have. So what it is basically up there is if you see where these triangles are, those are basically where the spawning pads are. When you hit this button, it sends off dispensers that push water off and push mobs off the side of those things. So right now, this side and this side has water, and this side and this side does not have water. And then when you hit the button, it switches. So there's always a mob coming down. So if I want to hit this button, that should wash a bunch of mobs off. It usually takes a few seconds for it to get them down because they have to go down the canals to the holes. But there's no places where mobs can get trapped in the canals. Alright, seems we're getting some mobs. Excellent. Excellent. Look at all this. And I have my looting sword here. And we're gonna kill some bitches. So this isn't even a crusher, because these are stairs, so it won't crush the mobs, because it gets them pretty low, and I'm gonna be using looting swords here anyway. So it's sort of, I guess I could build it in, but I like the way the stairs look. It's only really working as a item pusher. And the reason I have like cobblestone fences basically here is because if the little baby zombies spawn, they can't get by this because this is slightly taller. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but here's a fun thing. If I jump off this, yeah, okay, so it won't let any zombies through. Zombie babies, anyway. And I made the floor this nice hardened clay, light blue and blue, even though it's kind of like light purple and purple. But that's okay. Yeah, so this is basically it up here. I thought I'd show you this now that it's done. And I have a source of mob drops, which is kind of nice, actually. Because I'm kind of sick of leaving creeper holes all over the outside of my castle area. So I'm going to head out back to the world, and we're going to do some building today. So here we are under the main house. And what we're going to be building today is an obsidian generator. This is also a design by Monkey Farm. I am sub to him, and I like him. I like his videos. He's smart. I like smart Minecrafters. It seems to be my thing. But anyway, we're going to try to make it. I've sort of decided what is diagonal to here. And we're going to place it around there, preferably inside, because that's what those, they look best when they're inside, basically. Because there's a lot of redstone that you kind of need a ceiling to hide and stuff. So I'm going to get cracking on clearing this out. And we're going to put down some nice little walkways, and it's going to be beautiful. I also plan on sort of landscaping this area a little more nicely, because right now it's kind of like leftovers of stuff that I've moved and destroyed and stuff. But I want to kind of make it beautiful eventually, one day. But that will be work for another day, because I need to make a thing that will give me obsidian without without having to go down and find lava and stuff and search and everything. Also, I should point out, finally, I got Optifine on, which is good. As you can see, there's connected textures, connected glass. That's basically like why I have Optifine. I don't get that many frame rate issues, and if it is, it's because of something dumb, like I have too many pigs or whatever, which is fine. But I really like having connected textures like that because I can't stand it when you have a bunch of glass panes and they're just like a bunch of squares. I think that looks really gross. But I don't want to like use ice or something to like have that like inherent connected texture with just like plain vanilla Minecraft. And like I said before, I don't consider this cheating. I just consider it basically almost like a texture pack, because it's just nicer. So I just can enjoy Minecraft better like that. Anyway, I'll stop ranting. I'm gonna get to finishing up this area, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We got up to level 30, so it's time to enchant a book. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So what I do with books is I put them in an ender chest, and I take those out of the ender chest over in the end where the where my library is gonna be. Once like I get enough books to necessitate having a library. One thing I wanted to point out that just happened right now. Why does the speed potion look like that? I've noticed this happening a few times, and I don't know whether it's Optifine, whether it's Minecraft, or what, but whenever it comes up on the hotbar in the inventory, it looks like that occasionally. And I don't know why. Anyway, we're back here. This is sort of the beginning of the area that I've hollowed out for the obsidian generator. But obviously it's going to look nicer and stuff. But this is it so far. But I'm going to start building it, and I'm going to show you pretty much how it works in just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been a while since I've built this, but essentially what this thing does is it turns redstone into obsidian. And I'm not 100% sure whether this is actually like an exploit or if this is a bug or this is how it's supposed to work when you combine water and lava with redstone. But I've also heard that this works with string, but I don't think that's actually true. But anyway, what's supposed to happen is once the lava comes out, it's supposed to make obsidian. And then you're supposed to make some pistons across here over the water source blocks that will, when they're extended, they'll take away the lava right after it's sucked back up by the dispenser. So let's put some lava in there and pray we don't screw something up. That's why I have 2 lava buckets, just in case. Oop, that's silly. All right, here we go. Good. Shit. That's what we don't want. But it's made obsidian, so that's good. So looks like I have some more finagling to do. I'll be right back. We're back. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. We gotta put our redstone down. It might be slightly wider, which also might be a bit of a problem. I like to use glass on this because, I don't know, it looks nice. So let's see. Hopefully this works. Might be slightly high as well, it seems. Yeah, this is gonna like come over, isn't it? Yep. So let's get rid of this. And this is kind of how it's gonna work, but I plan to sort of use redstone to sort of make it timed in a way it'll be timed in a way that it'll dispense at a time that makes sense. So when the lava comes out and is dispensed, these won't do anything, but when it's picked up, these will go at a certain delay once the lava's picked up. So that's the plan. I'm going to hop back into my other world, though, and make sure I'm doing this right. BRB. All right, welcome back again. So I'm so confident that this is the way that it works. Oh, my goodness, I've messed it up. Hold on, I'm not back yet. Anyway, I'm so confident that this is how it's supposed to be that I've taken down the safety guards over here. And we're going to try it out. And I think this should work. This should work how it's supposed to. Okay. We have liftoff, I guess. It's working exactly how it's supposed to. Is it going to go one more? It's not going to go one more. Okay, so that's... Really? Are you sure? Wow. I guess lava doesn't flow as far as I thought it would. Yeah, but that's the basic gist of how this works. So you do that, and then you eat it back up again, and then this pushes all that out of the way. Cool, and then you just come in. Nom, 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 nom. All right, so I'm going to clean this up and build it as it's supposed to be built, and I will be back. So I've doubled the size of this, and now the plan is to do the redstone for this. So what I'm cutting out is going to be a wall, but I'm going to remove it anyway because I want to make it a different block type. So while I dig some of this out, I'm going to sort of explain the game plan for wiring this up. So basically what I like to do is I use a T flip-flop to kind of... Oh, another sort of side note is for redstone stuff, I like to make access points. And in other worlds, I've sort of created sort of a tunnel network around my base that is only like the behind the scenes portion of redstone contraptions. I haven't done that with this world yet because I really haven't made enough stuff to make that happen. That's like all close together or anything that would really necessitate that. But I'm sure eventually we'll need to build something like that. But I like building it because it's kind of like a cool tunnel system that's kind of a secret, even though I'm the only one who's even in this Minecraft world. So yeah, but basically how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna use the two different states of a T flip flop. So when the T flip flop is off, that will be when the lava is out of the thing. So we're going to have to invert that, which is sent to the dispensers. So we're going to have to make the T flip-flop do a single pulse, which is not too hard. And then we're going to take the on state of the T flip-flop and have that powered. So we're going to have that power up these and get rid of the lava after a certain delay. I kind of butchered that, my explanation there. But once we once this is cleared out, I'll sort of get started on it. I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. All right, so this is pretty much all the room we'll need. Let me just light it up real quick. Right, so what we're going to do is there's just going to be one button here. So let's go ahead and dig this out so we can reach it. So this button, when we press it, we're going to take the signal from it, and it's going to go to a T flip-flop. Now, I like these kinds of T flip-flops, where you kind of make a... I'm kind of doing it wrong. Where you make a monostable kind of one-tick pulse thing. Like this. Nope, not like this at all. Like this. And then like this. And then like this. So I'm going to give that power. Ta-da. Right. So now if I did this, would this still work? Whoa. Did I do that? Okay. Yes, that still works. That's some crazy block lag, though. Anyway, right, so we're going to take this, and every time this gets a pulse, these dispensers get a pulse. So what I'm actually going to do is the following. Rather than have this over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this over here. And we're going to use this monostable pulsar on this. Like so. Oops. So hopefully, let me just remove this. That did not work. Okay, give me a second. All right, so this works. Good. So what I've done is every time you hit this button, this goes here, which pops that up, which sends signal there and there, and triggers this T flip-flop, which is what we want. So when this is in a certain state, which we have to sort of calibrate once we're done actually building, then we'll be good to go. So let's get the lava ready. And I'm just going to disable these for now while the lava's in. Oops. Let's take that out. Right, so this is going to be just disabled for now. And then the output of the T-flop is going to send signal all the way around to here. So this will be where we connect up. There will be a repeater. Repeater here. So I'll have to put a block here and some redstone there. Oof, jeez. But this is going to be a wall, actually, so that we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it like this. Have a block here, block here, block here. Blocks are going to be here. And we're going to have a redstone there, or a repeater there, and then a redstone there. This is going to need one more repeater. So let's power that. Okay. It's actually going to need several repeaters because it's going to need to eat it first, and then, so let's do that. Oh, but this is also going to be a pulse. Okay, so to make this pulse, we're going to do a little thingamabobber here. it takes this. This is a cool little thing to have in your Minecraft arsenal, because this thing that I'm about to build gives off what's called a positive going trigger and a negative going trigger. So you put repeaters here, and if you change the amount of delay difference between these two repeaters, these are going to behave differently. So when you give a pulse to this, this is going to pulse when you turn it off, which means it's a negative going trigger. But if you switch these delays, then it's only going to pulse when you give it power, which means it's a positive going trigger. So we want this to happen when this is extended out here. So we're going to put a repeater here. So it's going to the dispensers are going to go click, and then the pistons are going to push. And we're going to want this to happen when the lava is out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook these back up. Oops. Good, right. So this, we don't need these. Let's power this and see how far this actually reaches, because it's obviously not going to get... Oh, it does, because this repeater's here. Good. So is that all of them? Seems to be. Yes. Excellent. Good. Not the most compact thing in the world, but it works. I like it, and I'm the kind of guy that I'll spend room to have redstone, and so I can see it working, and if I need to change it around, I can see it all there, and I could do whatever changes. I could give it whatever changes it needs, and everything's cool. So I'm not sort of like in really hard to get places trying to fix some stuff that's like a real pain in the butt. So this should just like work, right? So let's try it out. This block I'm gonna make obsidian, because when you're digging, you're eventually gonna get to this point, and you don't want to start accidentally hollowing out your wall if you're not paying attention. So this has lava. This has lava. So this is not extended. So when I extend this, that's going to get this going. Do we want this to be a positive going trigger or a negative going trigger? What is this now? Okay, so right now it's a positive going trigger. So we want that to be a positive going trigger. Right. So this is how we want it. It's not a long pulse. And it's not a short pulse. It's a decent pulse, which is what I want. I don't want a quick one. I would have put this in if it's a quick one. So, so this is going to happen. So these should be dispensed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up a button to both of these real quick and just dispense these. This will do its magic. And then once these... Oh, shoot! Oh my goodness, what a mess. I'm an idiot. I am dumb. Excuse me while I clean my mess. All right. Yeah, we're back. I bet you everyone saw that coming and was like, "Hey, watch it." So let me double check that will actually get signal like that. I'm not sure that it will. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so this needs a repeater. Boop. And then we need a repeater there. We need a repeater there, and we need a repeater there. And to get these synced, we need another chick there. Cool. So when we press this button, this should work as we like it. So here we go. Okay, that worked. And then you dig up your obsidian and you hit it again. It'll take the pulse off of that and it'll just put out the lava. Good. Hit it again. Collect the lava. Good. All right, it's done. We're working. In working order. Excellent. So what we're going to do next is sort of clean up this area and make it, presentable to like human beings. Because right now it's kind of a mess, an enormous mess. So yeah, I'm going to do some of that off camera. A BRB. So for the obsidian room, I think my plan, because the obsidian generator room can't really have wood in it because it's made of lava. I always sort of make it out of stone stuff, and it's kind of monotone and gross. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to make it out of pink and red hardened clay. So I'm going to make some of that, and I'll be right back. So here's what I got so far. I think it looks pretty good. So here's the path. Come over here. Boom. I'm going to put a door here. And I think this wall will be okay because it's kind of like supposed to be the natural area. And then it becomes the obsidian generator area. But what I'm going to do, and I wanted to talk about something. It seems like in Minecraft, or at least people who I watch who play Minecraft, like to hide their lighting. While this makes sense, to a certain extent, I kind of like the look of glowstone. I think it looks pretty good. And so there's some times when I don't like to hide it. Like I wouldn't consider it like a main building block of mine. But like in this instance, I need to light up this area and I don't want to use torches. So I think, and I don't want to use redstone lamps really because I don't really want to use them because I don't want to like go and like power them from up top. I think this is going to look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some stairs. I think nether brick stairs and try those out up here. And I might even use quartz. I think that would look kind of cool. To give it kind of like feel of an incubator. But let's try them both out and see what we come up with. Okay, so here's the nether brick stairs. Here's the quartz stairs. I like the quartz stairs a lot better. And I'm going to change up this row of cobble here. I want that to be a little nicer. And I think I'm also going to make a little archway over here to make it a little better of an entrance. Although it's kind of like, at this point, it's getting kind of grand for just a mere obsidian generator. But whatever. That's the fun of Minecraft, in my mind anyway. So this is pretty much it. I might make some changes on my own, but we have a working cobble generator. So I'm going to head out for now, and I will see all you folks next time.